Hey, what up, Dodgers Nation? D-Mac here. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. The Dodger players react to the Freddie Freeman signing and some more thoughts on his fit in LA in just a second. But quick reminder, for all latest Dodgers news and rumors all season long, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you really want to support the channel, smash that like button. And as always, I want your takes down below in the comment section. Today's Dodgers Nation question of the day. 1, what do you say to all the haters out there that are big mad right now that the Dodgers signed Freddie Freeman? And 2, where do you want to see Freddie bat in the Dodgers lineup? Do you want to see him bat second, bat third, bat cleanup? Let me know down below. And for all latest Dodgers news, head over to DodgersNation.com. So how'd you sleep, Dodger fans? For me, I couldn't sleep last night. I was so excited, all that adrenaline after it was announced that the Dodgers had signed Freddie Freeman to a 6-year, $162 million contract. I was up at night thinking of lineups, thinking about where Freddie Freeman should hit in the order. And then I started to sleep peaceful. I was like Homer Simpson in the meme. And then I woke up this morning. I was like, hey, man, I got to pinch myself. Did we really get Freddie Freeman? And yes, that was not a dream. The Dodgers did sign Freddie Freeman. They have one of the most explosive lineups, not just this year, but probably in the history of Major League Baseball as far as on paper goes. So we're going to get into that in just a second. But today at Camelback Ranch, Dodger players, they reacted to the big news that the Dodgers were signing the 5-time All-Star, 1-time MVP, 3-time Silver Slugger, 1-time Gold Glove Award winner, World Series champion Freddie Freeman. And we're going to start with Max Muncy and Clayton Kershaw. Here are their thoughts on the Dodgers signing Freddie Freeman.
Excited. He's one of the best players in the game. He makes our lineup so dangerous. It's going to be fun to watch on a nightly basis, but on top of that, it just gives us an even better chance to win another World Series, and that's all we're about here is winning. There's not one person in here that didn't want him, and we got him, so now we're all really excited and just can't wait for him to get here, whenever that is.
He's got to be, if not the best, one of the best top 3 or 4 hitters in the game. So, Freddie, I know him a little bit. I'm excited to have him. I know he's going to be excited to get here. And he's kind of got the personality that'll fit into any clubhouse, and that's good. We got a position player lineup of all-stars, so that's good. But that doesn't mean you're going to win. So we got to work together and come together as a team, because there is some things about culture and chemistry and things like that you have to work on. So. We can't just assume that because we got 9 of the best players in the game running out there every day that we're going to win. So we got to work on that, and we will, and we'll be good at it.
So my first takeaway is that Max Muncy is all in on Freddie Freeman. Look, he told Dave Vassegh a few months ago that he was excited about the idea of playing second base. It's his favorite position on the diamond to play. He said he reads the ball off the bat the best there, and he's the guy that's going to have to sacrifice. Look, he has learned a lot about the first base position, and he's developed into one of the better defensive first basemen in the game, and now he'll slide over to second base. And then you also talk about him saying that there's not one person in this clubhouse that didn't want Freddie Freeman. Look, there's really not one Dodger fan out there that didn't want Freddie Freeman either, and it just really speaks to the culture of the Dodgers. You have stars everywhere. Look, there's more stars in the Dodgers clubhouse than there are at red carpets here during Hollywood premieres. That's how star-studded this lineup in this franchise has become. And then you also talk about Clayton Kershaw. So Clayton Kershaw, he said it himself, he's one of, if not one of the best hitters in Major League Baseball. And then, look, it's going to take some time. They're going to have to develop some chemistry, and you don't just plug guys in and just expect them to hit the ground running and just win a World Series. It's not that easy. They're going to still have to do the work each and every day, build that chemistry. But Freddie Freeman, he does have the type of personality that really kind of fits in. Look, I've talked to some Braves beat writers out there, and there's kind of this misconception about Freddie Freeman. Yes, he's probably the most well-liked guy in Major League Baseball. You see him getting chummy. You see him flashing that $1 million megawatt smile on first base, but don't get it twisted. He is a fiery competitor, and he's known to be very fiery and very competitive and a great leader in the clubhouse. So it's not like he's just this nice guy and we need some bad guys on the Dodgers, so to speak, or some guys that have mean streaks. Look, these are some of the most competitive players in the world. You're talking about Mookie Betts, who leads by example, Trey Turner, Will Smith. It goes across the board. And then, yes, you got the guys like the Max Muncy types or the Walker Buehler types, but look, Don't kid yourself. These guys are hyper competitive, and just because they look like they're these nice guys, look, when they're between the lines, they are as cutthroat as it gets. So I kind of push back on this whole narrative that, hey, the Dodgers need some more edgy players or something like that. No, the Dodgers need talented players, and that's exactly what they have, and I think that'll be indicated when you see their win-loss record this year. Lots of wins coming for the Dodgers, and I don't think having an edgy player is going to help them. Look, Freddie Freeman, he provides leadership in his own way, and he's not going to let guys slip. He leads by example, but he also is a voice in that Dodgers clubhouse, and when you think about the leadership they have with Clayton Kershaw, with Justin Turner, Mookie Betts, you talk about now adding Freddie Freeman into that mix, I think you have one of the most solid foundations when it comes to clubhouse leadership in all of Major League Baseball. But then we get some more reactions from players, starting with Justin Turner. We're going to hear from A.J. Pollock, and then finally, Trey Turner had some very interesting comments about how this Dodgers organization goes about their business.
Excited is probably an understatement. Obviously, there's been a lot of build-up and a lot of talk and a lot of anticipation as to what was going to happen, and to finally see it go down and be official last night was. I slept really good. Yeah, it was good. A professional guy, a professional hitter, a good defender, someone that is just going to, I feel like, come right into this clubhouse and fit right in and make this team even more dynamic.
Honestly, we all want to win a ring, and anytime you add a guy that's that good, he's a special talent. He's a special hitter. Then of course you get excited.
The way they structure the team and they spend the money, but then they can trade and they can draft and develop, and it seems like no matter what they do, it seems like the right move. You got to tip the cap to Andrew and all the guys in the front office that make these decisions, because they put us in a good chance to win every single year. And he's going to be a big piece for us.
So first and foremost, I see Dodger fans out there, and they're reading a little too much into Trey Turner's phrasing. They're worried about him using the word they to refer to this Dodgers organization. Look, he's just saying they, meaning the front office. Look, Trey Turner is a part of the Dodgers. He's not a part of the Dodgers front office, and they're worried that, that means that he's not a part of this franchise long-term. Hey, that's a whole lot of nothing. But Trey Turner, he brought up some really good points, and I liked how he touched on the Dodgers developing. To me, I've always said the D in Dodgers stands for development, and that is the key to their success. Look, there's this misconception out there that the Dodgers buy their success. They buy all their talent. Now, their pockets are deep. Don't get it twisted, but the majority of these players have either been drafted, they've been developed, or they've been traded with players that they developed, the prospects and the farm that they built to be able to acquire those players. We're talking the Trey Turners, the Mookie Bettses. They trade for Mookie Betts, then they extend him. And then you talk about some of the free agents. They just signed Freddie Freeman yesterday, and then you sign A.J. Pollock, you sign Blake Trinan, and yes, there are some other moves, but the core of this group is players the Dodgers have drafted, they've developed, or players that they resurrected their careers. I mean, you talk about Justin Turner, Max Muncy, and Chris Taylor. Those are guys that were afterthoughts with their previous organization, and the Dodgers, they turned them all into all-stars. And then you talk about the homegrown talent, and the list is long, from Clayton Kershaw to Walker Buehler to Julio Urias to Cody Bellinger to Will Smith to Austin Barnes to Eddie Rios, Matt Beatty. I mean, the list goes on, but you look at this core, it's homegrown, and yes, you do have to re-sign those guys. They re-signed Clayton Kershaw, they re-signed Chris Taylor, so they are flexing their financial muscle, and they are using those deep pockets, but it starts and ends with their ability to develop, draft, and just having an overall eye for talent. Without that, this Dodger team is not just going to sign all these free agents, all right? So they need to also factor in, look, the fact they were able to sign Mookie Betts after making that trade and trade for Trey Turner, you have to have the prospect capital to pull off those deals. And around the league, they look at the Dodgers as saying, hey, this is a farm system that they're first class. And we know that if we're going to trade for a player in the Dodgers organization, that they have been developed to the absolute maximum, and they're feeling good about making that move. And that's why so many teams out there ultimately do deal with the Dodgers, because they know that their prospects have received some of the best coaching in the game, and they value that with the Dodgers. So I don't want to hear all these haters out there saying the Dodgers are buying this and buying that. Look, here's a clip of Dodger haters around the world yesterday when they found out that the Dodgers were signing Freddie Freeman. So the haters can cry more, and they should really be crying to their poverty owners who should be spending more because they're all billionaires out there, and they could have all afforded a contract like Freddie Freeman. Look, the Dodgers yesterday, and then John Heyman tweeted a couple of the losing bids for Freddie Freeman. Braves $140 million 5 years, Rays about $150 million 6 years. Red Sox also were in. So 3 GMs, including the winning Dodgers, $162 million 6 with Rays history, all were in. So the one takeaway there first is the Braves, they go up just $5 million from their initial offer. You see that big offer for a Rays franchise that doesn't tend to spend big, and when you consider the no state tax situation in Florida, he probably could have made more in Tampa Bay. And then you look at that Dodgers offer, they go 6 years, $162 million. So they do offer him that 6 years in the end, but you get him at a great price. We were thinking it was going to take $180 million over 6 years, but they get him for 6 years, $162 million. I think where this Dodger team is from a win now standpoint, that is a no-brainer move. And we're going to talk about why he is the exception when it comes to 32-year-old first baseman in the next video, but that's what the offers were like. You didn't get the specifics on the Red Sox offer, and then also where's the Yankees, the Blue Jays, and the Padres offers. I want to see those. We saw how his market was being boosted up. They're trying to goose the bidding there with other teams, but no serious offers reported from them as of right now, but we'll follow that in case anything comes out. But I think the Dodgers got a great deal when it comes to Freddie Freeman. You're getting a superstar and MVP for a win-now team that is trying to win a World Series, and I think it was a no-brainer move. But let me know down below in the comment section, what do you say to haters out there that complain that the Dodgers sign all their talent, that they buy their championship? Let me know down below. And also, where do you want to see Freddie Freeman bat in the lineup? I'm going to drop a video tomorrow with a deep dive and how Freddie Freeman helps this team. We're going to do a deep dive into his numbers. But where do you want to see him in this Dodgers lineup? Let me know down below. My name is Doug McCain. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at DMac_LA. For all the latest Dodgers news and rumors, be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. And if you want to see us post even more Dodgers content, smash that like button. And until next time, think blue, bleed blue, and I'm out.